Halo, it's Jang here, and surprise, this is the Mega Bloks Halo Storm Lance Troop Pack that showed up out of nowhere without announcement, just started being sold. So let's take a closer look. I think the most noteworthy thing in this set by far is this new Elite variant, the Commander unit, with a great new suit of armor, new molds for Mega Bloks. I like the helmets, but I just wish this was molded in a little bit darker skin tone, because it would help to kind of disguise just how open the head is and the side of the neck. I think in-game this, or in-universe, this armor variant would have a little bit of armoring around the cheeks, around the mandibles, which you're not going to pull off with this particular armor system, and I think that's fine, but yeah, just a little bit darker skin tone I think would have helped things to look a little bit better. But the armor itself I think looks great. Once again, great depth. They really do a good job with the new armor system, getting deep cuts in there, and they're very three-dimensional, has a lot of very expressive shape. This guy is very common. It's your basic Storm Miner, and we've had the same set of armor pieces a number of times, but I think this is a good one, and it's a great color to get this in. A super massable unit. It does have that gunmetal gray paint application on the back of the armor right there in the center, and there's also a gunmetal gray application to the front, just a small little bit there in the center, and one to match on the helmet right in the center there. So all those go together well, and I think this one looks good top to bottom. This one's your typical Jackal, here identified as a Jackal Miner. It's got the kind of metallic burgundy color for the Needler. This one does have paint applications on the armor, and that's like a lighter gunmetal gray. At least it appears to be in this amount of application. It's more like a dark silver that's applied onto that armor there. I think it looks pretty good. The tuft of hair is just a very slightly reddish brown. I think some of the others have been a little bit more reddish than this before. I think it looks pretty good. The mold of that head looks good. The paint applications that they do on this one to the face, I think, are pretty consistently good. Last up, a bottom rung Grunt in that same purple color. It's a pretty classic color, really, and remains applicable today. I put the second of the two plasma grenades in the hand of this one to include it with the set in total. Those are not transparent. They're completely opaque, just like the rest of the armor here. Got the second generation plasma pistol mold, which has very fine detailing on it, and there's also a paint application for the top of the air or gas, I guess, canister dome on the back of this guy. The eye is painted in pretty nicely. The teeth pretty consistently good on these. I've seen a few that have it off a little bit, but all told, I think quality control in this particular set has been looking excellent. But let's look at the rest of the components. Set comes with two of these three-pronged Covenant barriers, so those are separate like that, and I actually appreciate the fact that they have a little bit of detail on the back as well, just bringing the color in there. I think a couple of those pieces right there could have been left off, but they add a little bit of texture, but these look good. And I hate to say massable again, but these are massable also, because they make for just great pieces to put all over a battlefield scene. Lastly, there's this additional small terrain element with a fusion coil back there with the dark metallic burgundy color for its frame, and then this very nicely multi-printed small shield piece. By the way, the stands that I'm showing on these figures are not included with this set. I just use them to stand them up a little bit more easily, but you can see that this is the small size of shield, so you have to get into a full crouch to be protected by it, but that's just for scale. But these are such great looking pieces with the paint application on the front and on the back, so you get the darker look when you look through it for the paint that's on the back. I think that's all done in the same color, but just because of the optical properties of the plastic changes things up. Looks really good. Nice detail down here on its base and frame as well, and that's actually a kind of softer material, so they get the finer details without it being easy to break. In my opinion, this may be the best Covenant troop builder pack ever. It's got the perfect color that works again for Halos 1 through 5 and probably beyond. has a good selection of figures that work in any scenario. Nice little terrain elements, that just small little assembly. You can take its things apart, and then also the barriers as well. I think it's just all good, all usable stuff. It just seems like a perfect pack for so many of the fans out there who want to build anything from the smallest little battle diorama to a huge scene. Let me know what you think about it by leaving a comment down below, including if you don't like the set. Feel free to share your opinion. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I showed you everything you wanted to see about this set, and I will talk to you again very soon.